Hello, Chillie Falls here. Welcome to my journey with prostate cancer, week 6. Those of you that have been following this journal know that I'm doing a weekly journal through this battle with prostate cancer in my specific case, so that hopefully some of you may be going through similar kind of things will find out what it's like from somebody else, so you maybe won't be looking at a big, deep, dark hole that you kind of look at when you first start in this kind of a journey. Those of you that have followed me know that last week was a bit of an emotional week for me, both the week itself and with the video that I did last week when I found out that I will never be cancer-free. That one, quite frankly, folks, bothered me quite a bit. Now I've had a little time under my belt to get used to that idea, and I've sort of redirected my thinking and my life to give myself a little bit different purpose in life. And it's got me back in the right attitude, right mental frame of mind to keep this battle going through my journey. Basically, what I've done, those of you that follow me on my travel and cruise industry exploits, either by my news show or by videos that I've created about cruise ships and ports of call and so forth, know that for the last couple years, I found it necessary to, because of my mobility issues, to rent scoot-around scooters on my cruise ships because I can't walk that far. I've never had to use a scooter at home or anything like that, but on a cruise, because of that excessive amount of walking, the scooters let me enjoy cruises again like I did as a much younger person. So basically what I've decided now is that, number one, I need more access to scooters, so I'm going to purchase one for myself. That I'll use here at home. I do want to get a one that I can fold up, throw in the truck, and go and do travel or whatever, and just pull it out and have a scooter to go. A combination of my mobility issues as I've gotten older, and of course the issues now with the spreading prostate cancer, and where the tumors are in a lot of different places, like along my spine, which could be causing some of my back issues that I've had for years, and we never knew what was causing it. But because of all of those factors and deciding to get a scooter, I think it's just going to make my life a whole lot better. Now, I can still walk a little bit, but 20 yards is about it. That's maximum for me. So I've decided to kind of repurpose my thinking and repurpose my life in that all of my travel now, I will be promoting travel and writing and videoing about travel with the specific area of accessible travel in mind. There's a lot of people out there, folks, like me, as you're getting older, that have mobility issues. There's a lot of folks out there that are due to one of any number of handicaps, or in wheelchairs, or have to use some kind of scooters. And we're going to start looking at travel that this audience can follow. So I've kind of repurposed my life going in that direction, and it's given me a little bit of a new meaning on where I'm going ahead. Now, this battle's still going to continue. This is the first of the down and dirty weeks, I'll call it. You know, we've been primarily in the information gathering form of what we've been doing with all the various doctors and tests and so forth up until this week. This week, a couple minor things. Yesterday, I met with my personal physician, Dr. David. Some of you met him on this channel once before. I interviewed him about COVID-19 when it first came out. But Dr. David has appeared here before. But I met with Dr. David yesterday to start the process of perhaps Medicare picking up part of the tab for my mobility scooter. As a matter of fact, with the plan I have with Humana, it looks like that I'm a prime candidate for getting about 80% of it covered. So that's terrific. I'm at the point in my life, folks, if I get nothing from Medicare, I don't care. I'm still going to get the scooter. But it'll be nice if they cover 80% of it, perhaps I can get a little better one that does what I wanted to do, as opposed to, watching the pennies some in the purchase. So I'm working on that as a sideline. This afternoon, as I'm taping this, actually on Wednesday morning, this afternoon this week, I have a counseling session with it's basically a chemo counseling session. Now, it's done by phone. I don't have to go anywhere, which is nice. So they call me this afternoon, and I think it's about an hour that I'm going to be talking with a counselor about chemo. And I'm sure she's going to tell me, oh, your hair's going to fall out and you're going to have hot flashes and your boobs are going to grow from the Lupron shots, or whatever they tell me. I don't care. I'm pretty much attuned to what's going to be happening anyway. So, but we'll go through the counseling this session tomorrow, this afternoon. Then tomorrow, which I've had to cancel my travel and cruise industry news show tomorrow, which is the first show I will have actually missed since this whole episode started. But tomorrow I will be in Lynchburg General Hospital for a surgical procedure. They go in somewhere in the vicinity of my collarbone and install a port that's permanent. It stays in. And that is there for they hook up the chemo, and the chemo sessions, as I understand it, take about 3 hours. And I guess it's a drip, drip, drip thing with this stuff goes in your veins or whatever. But it's done through a port in your neck. Of course, I told the doctor, okay, just as long as I have some way when I get home, I can stick a needle in there and mainline bourbon. That would be terrific. But seriously speaking, folks, that's done tomorrow. So that's the first of the down and dirty weeks. My show next week, and I'm not sure quite yet how I can do it. I don't think I can do it live just because I'm not going to have any equipment there. But on Monday is the first chemo session. And I'm going to try to do this show next week during the chemo session so I can basically relate what it's like, what it feels like. If it feels like nothing, then so it feels like nothing. And of course, they got all kinds of rules and stuff in these facilities that you can't take pictures and you can't do this and you can't do that. And then I'm probably going to be breaking the rules. Well, what are they going to do? Kick me out? I don't think so when I've hooked up to a bag of chemo, but I'm going to try to do that on Monday. So next week's report, week 7, will be coming from my chemo bed at the oncologist center, Dr. Jenkins facility, where I will be getting chemo. And that's of course, in the cancer center here in Lynchburg, Virginia. So that wraps up the report from week 6. Again, the major portion of this week is tomorrow when I get the little port installed. And I'll see you guys next week with the next episode in my journey against prostate cancer that I hopefully will be coming to you from the bed where I'm getting chemo. Might be an interesting broadcast. So watch out and check back for future episodes. All right, this is Chillie, the Fat Travel Guide. Thank you for joining my journey against with prostate cancer. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. The little bell notification will tell you when I go live with anything on my channels, whether it's travel or prostate cancer or whatever. And also, it'll tell you when I post new videos as well. So That's it for today. I'll talk to you next week from the Prostate Cancer Chemo Treatment Center. Later, y'all.